Hi students, today I am going to start a new chapter, complex numbers and quadratic equation, and today's topic is algebra of complex numbers, and also I am discussing some problems related to this topic, so listen carefully.
Complex number. A number of the form x plus iy where x and y are real numbers is defined to be a complex number. Generally, it is defined as z equal to, and it is denoted by z equal to x plus iy. Here, x is called real part of z and is denoted by real part of z. Okay, the capital letter re represents real part. Okay, and y is called imaginary part of z and is denoted by im z. Okay, so general form of a complex number is z equal to x plus iy. Here x is real part of z denoted by r real part of z, that is rez, and y is called imaginary part of z or imz. Okay, so let's take one example. If z equal to 2 plus I5, here real part of z is 2 and imaginary part of z is 5. Okay, here note that here I is, the value of I is root of minus 1. So the value of I square is minus 1. Right, so value of I cube is I square into I. Right, and we know that the value of I square is minus 1. So substituting here, so here the value of I cube, we get value of I cube is minus I. Okay, and value of I raised to 4. And we know that I square can be written as, this is I. I square can be written as I square into I raised to 4 can be written as I square into I square, right? So we know that the value of I square is a minus 1, and substituting here we get I raised to 4 is 1. So all the by heart all these values, that is value of I is root of minus 1, value of I square is minus 1, I cube is minus I raised to 4 is 1. Okay, next one, if two complex number z1 equal to a plus ib and z2 equal to c plus id are equal. If two complex numbers z1 equal to a plus ib and z2 equal to c plus id are equal, if a equal to c and if and only if a equal to c and b equal to d. Okay, equating real part and equating the imaginary part. So first, in this first complex number, real part is a, here z2 real part is c. So equating these two, one a equal to c, right, and equating the imaginary part of these two complex number, we get b equal to d. Only if two complex number are equal, if and only if real part is equal and imaginary part is equal. Okay, I hope you understood. So for example, if z1 equal to 4x plus I5 and z2 equal to 2 plus I into 10x. Okay, so 10y. So given that z1 equal to z2, so from this we can write it as a real part of z1 equal to real part of z2 and imaginary part of z1 equal to imaginary part of z2. If these two complex numbers are equal, we need to find out the value of x and y. So, equating the real part of these two complex number, that is, here we get 4x equal to 2, right? And also equating imaginary part of these two complex number. Here imaginary part is 5 and here it is 10y. Okay, so here we need to find x and y. So from this we get x equal to 1 by 2, and here cutting these two values, here we get 2, so the value of y is 1 by 2. Okay, so just equating imaginary part and real part, we get the answer. Okay, so let us look at this question. If 4x plus I 3x minus 5 equal to 3 plus I minus 6 where x and y are real numbers, then find the value of x and y. So let's start the solution of this question. Here, given that two complex number are equal, right? So we know that if two complex number are equal, if and only if the real part are equal and also imaginary part are equal, right? So here equating the real part of complex number, here we get a real part is 4x here and 3 here. So equating these two values, here we get 4x equal to 3 and z1 equal to real part of z2, and also equate imaginary part of z1 equal to imaginary part of z2. Here we get 3x minus y is equal to minus 6. Okay, and don't write this I here. This I represent, these are imaginary part. Okay, so from this, here we get from x equal to 3 by 4, right? So substituting here the value of x 3 by 4 minus y. Okay, so it become 3 into 3 by 4 minus y equal to minus 6, right? So taking this minus 6 to LHS and minus y to RHS, it will become 9 by 4 plus 6 equal to y, right? So on cross multiplication, here we get 9 plus 24 divided by 4. 9 plus 24 is 33. And denominator we get 4. So we get the value of x is 3 by 4 and y is 33 by 4. Okay, I hope you understood this question. Next I am going to discuss about algebra of complex number. So first one is addition of two complex number. Let z1 equal to a plus ib and z2 equal to c plus id. Then the sum z1 plus z2 is equal to a plus c plus I into b plus d, and which is again a complex number. Okay, so here just adding real part plus and also add this imaginary part, and don't forget to write this I here. Okay, taking I from these two terms, so here we get I into b plus d. Okay, so this is again a complex number. Okay, for example, if z1 equal to 2 plus I3 and z2 equal to minus 6 plus I5, z1 plus z2 equal to, first add two real parts. So here real part are 2 plus minus 6, right? And also write this I, imaginary part, and next I am going to add these two imaginary part. The value of imaginary part is 3 and 5, right? So we need to add these two value here. So here we get minus 6 plus 2, that means 4, plus 5 plus 3, 8i. So this is also a complex number. Okay. So some properties. Next, the addition of complex numbers satisfies some of the properties. So first property is closure law. The closure law. The sum of complex number is a complex number. That is Z1 plus Z2 is a complex number for all complex numbers Z1 and Z2. So this is our closure law. So it's simply Z1 plus Z2 is a complex number for all complex number Z1 plus Z2. Okay, the closure law states that the sum of two complex number is a complex number. Okay, so next property is commutative law. Commutative law for any two complex numbers Z1 and Z2, Z1 plus Z2 is equal to Z2 plus Z1. It's a very simple concept. Commutative law states that Z1 plus Z2 is equal to Z2 plus Z1. Okay. Next property is associative law. Associative law for any three complex numbers Z1, Z2 and Z3, we can write it as Z1 plus Z2 plus Z3 is equal to Z1 plus Z2 plus Z3. So this states that associative law states that Z1 plus Z2 plus Z3 is equal to Z1 plus Z2 plus Z3. Okay. Next property is existence of additive identity. Existence of additive identity. So this law states that for every complex number Z plus 0 is equal to 0 plus Z is equal to Z. And this 0 is called additive identity. Okay. So this 0 is called additive identity or zero complex number. So next, it's very simple, right? So next one is existence of additive inverse. For every complex number Z plus minus Z equal to minus Z plus Z is equal to 0. And this minus Z is called additive inverse. Additive inverse or negative of Z or negative of complex number Z. Okay. So these are our 5 properties of addition of complex number. I hope you understood.
Next operation of complex number is
difference. So if Z1 and Z2 are two complex numbers, so difference denoted as Z1 minus Z2. Okay, so let Z1 equal to A plus IB and Z2 equal to C plus ID. So Z1 minus Z2 equal to A minus C plus I into B minus D. So here subtracting real part first and add a plus here, and also write a I into subtracting these two imaginary part. Okay, so don't forget to write this I here. IB minus ID. So subtracting imaginary part, we get IB minus ID, right? So taking this I outside, here we get I into B minus D. So this is here. Difference of complex number is again a complex number. Okay, so this is a complex number, right? So let us take one example. If Z1 equal to 5 minus 3i and Z2 equal to 3 minus 2i. So Z1 minus Z2 is equal to, here real part is 5 and 3. So first subtract to real part 5 minus 3 plus write I here, and subtract imaginary part. Here imaginary part is minus 3 and minus 2. So subtracting these imaginary part, here we get minus 3 minus of minus 2. Okay, so this will the answer will be minus 5 minus 3i, 5 minus 3 plus I into minus 3 plus 2, right? Minus of minus will changes to plus 2, and the answer will be 5 minus 3 is 2 plus I into minus 3 plus 2 is minus 1. So this can be also written as 2 minus I. Okay, I hope you clear this concept. In this question, express 3 into 7 plus I7 plus I into 7 plus I7 in A plus IB form. Okay, so let's start the solution of this question. So given that 3 into 7 plus I7 plus I into 7 plus I7. So we need to write in a complex number form, right? A plus IB form. So next I am going to open this bracket. So here we get 3 into 7. 3 into 7, 21 plus 3 into I7. So it will become I into 21, right? Plus, next I am going to open this bracket. Here we get I into 7, that is 7i plus I into 7i, that is here we get 7 into I square. And we know that the value of I is root of minus 1 and value of I square become minus 1, right? So next I am going to replace this I square by minus 1, and these terms remains the same. Okay, and next this will become 21 plus I, 21 plus 7i plus minus 7, that is 7 into minus 1 is minus 7, right? So next I am going to add two real part. So here the numbers which does not contain I term is 21 and 7 minus 7. So first of all we need to add these two real numbers. So here we get 21 plus or plus minus 7, that means it will become 21 minus 7 plus, next I am going to add these two imaginary parts. So write this I in front of these two value, that is I into 21 minus 21 plus. So this is plus, right? So 21 plus 7. So here we get 21 minus 7 is equal to 14 plus I into 21 plus 7 is 28. 21 minus 7 is 14 and 21 plus 7 is 28. So this is our final answer. So this is in the form of A plus IB, right? So I hope you understood this question. This is our second question. Express 1 by 3 plus I 7 by 3 plus 4 plus I 1 by 3 minus minus 4 by 3 plus I. Okay, in A plus B form. Okay, so let's start the solution of this question. Given that 1 by 3 plus I 7 by 3 plus 4 plus I 1 by 3 minus minus 4 by 3 plus I. Okay, so next I am going to open this bracket. So here it will become 1 by 3 plus I 7 by 3 plus 4 plus I 1 by 3. Okay, and also open this bracket. So this minus and minus 4 by 3 will become plus 4 by 3, and this minus and plus will become minus I here. Okay, so first of all I am going to write all the real part together. So here 1 by 3 is real part, 4 is real part, and 4 by 3 is real part. The part which does not contain I term is real part. So 4 by 3 plus adding these 3 values, 1 by 3 plus 4 plus 4 by 3 together. So this will become real part, plus, and also write all the imaginary term. Here I 7 by 3 plus I 1 by 3 minus I are imaginary term. So in the next step I am going to add these values. So here making the denominator same. So in the second time I am going to multiply it with 3 by 3. So it will become 4 into 3 by 3, right? So this term, in this term the denominator part is same. So here we get denominator as 3 and write add all numerator terms. So it will become 1 plus 4 into 3 plus 4. Okay, and look at this term, taking all I, and the remaining terms are 7 by 3 plus 1 by 3 minus 1. Okay, so here the real part is equal to 1 plus 4 into 3 will become 12 plus 4 divided by 3 plus I into, here also I am making this third term denominator 3. I am going to multiply it with 3 by 3. Okay, so the here in this term denominator is 3 in all these 3 terms. So write denominator as 3 and add all the numerator. So here we get 7 plus 1 minus 3. 1 into 3 is 3, right? So here the next step, 1 plus 4, 5 plus 12, 17 by 3 is our real part, plus I into 7 minus 3 is 4, 4 plus 1 by 3, that is 5 by 3 is our, we get 5 by 3 is our real part. So this is in the form of A plus IB, right? So also take this 1 by 3 is common. So 1 by taking 1 by 3 outside, here we get 17 plus I5. This is our final answer. I hope you understood this question. Next operation of complex number is multiplication. So let Z1 equal to A plus IB and Z2 equal to C plus ID. Then the product Z1 Z2 is defined as that is multiplication of two complex numbers Z1 Z2 means Z1 into Z2, right? So here we get A plus IB into C plus ID. So after open this bracket, here we get A into C, that is AC, and A into ID. Here we get I into AD plus IB into C become I into BC, and also IB into ID will become I square BD. Okay, so here AC plus IAD plus IBC, and we know that the value of I is root of minus 1 and I square value is minus 1, right? So replacing this I square by minus 1, it will become minus BD. So in this whole term, AC and minus BD are real part, and these two term IAD and IBC are imaginary term. So I am going to write this real term together and imaginary term together. So here we get AC minus BD plus I into AD plus BC. So this is our final answer form. This is also a complex number, right? So this is what when two this is what we get when two complex number multiplied. Okay. So let's take one example. If Z1 equal to 3 plus I5 and Z2 equal to 2 plus I6, then Z1 Z2 become 3 plus I5 into 2 plus I6. So multiplying here we get 3 into 2, that is 6 here, and 3 into 3 into I6 will become I into 18, right? Plus I5 into 2 will become I into 10, plus I5 into I6 will become I square into 5 into 6, that is 30. And next I am going to replace this I square by minus 1. So this term will become minus 30. Minus 1 into 30, minus 30, right? So next I am going to write all the real part together. So here 6 and minus 30 are real part, and next I am writing all imaginary part together, that is 18 and 10. The sign is plus, right? So here we get 6 minus 30, that is minus 24, plus 18 plus 10, that is 28, and also write this I here. So this is our final answer. If we multiply these Z1 and Z2, here we get our answer as minus 24 plus 28I. Okay, I hope you understood. The multiplication of complex number possesses some of the properties. So the first property is the closure law. The product of two complex number is a complex number, that is Z1 Z2 is a complex number for all complex numbers Z1 and Z2, right? So here using this example we get the product of these two complex number is also a complex number. So that's what the closure law states. Okay. Second property is commutative property. Commutative property or commutative law. For any two complex numbers Z1 and Z2, Z1 into Z2 is equal to Z2 into Z1. Z1 into Z2 can also be written as Z2 into Z1, right? And both are equal. Third property is associative law. Associative law, if for any three complex numbers Z1, Z2, Z3, Z1 into Z2, Z3 is equal to Z1 into Z2, Z3. Okay, Z1, Z2 into Z3 is also equal to Z1 into Z2, Z3. Okay. And fourth property is the existence of multiplicative identity. Okay. So by use this property states that Z into 1 equal to 1 into Z equal to Z, and this 1 is called multiplicative identity, or this 1 can also be written as in complex number form 1 plus 0i. Okay, so this one is called multiplicative identity. Okay, so this the law states that Z into 1 is equal to 1 into Z equal to Z. Fifth property of multiplication of complex number is existence of multiplicative inverse. For every non-zero complex number Z equal to A plus IB, here Z into 1 by Z equal to 1, and this 1 by Z is called multiplicative inverse. So we know that 1 by Z can be also written as Z inverse, right? So this is known as multiplicative inverse of Z, and the definition of 1 by Z is equal to A divided by A square plus B square plus I into minus B by A square plus B square. If Z equal to A plus IB, using this formula we get 1 by Z or Z inverse. Okay, so here multiplicative inverse is 1 by Z. Okay, I hope you understood. Sixth property is for any three complex numbers Z1, Z2, Z3. First one of distributive law is Z1 into Z2 plus Z3 is equal to Z1, Z2 plus Z1, Z3, or Z1 plus Z2 into Z3 can also be written as Z1 into Z3 plus Z2 into Z3. So just to multiply, opening this bracket, here we get Z1 into Z2 plus Z1 into Z3. Here also Z1 into Z3 plus Z2 into Z3. So this is our distributive law. So this is our first question. Express first part of this question is 5i into 1 by 8i, and second part I into 2i into 1 by 8i whole cube in the form of a plus bi form. Okay, a plus bi. So let's start the solution of this question. So first question is 5i into 1 by 8i. Okay, so on multiplying these two terms, here we get 5 into 1 by 8 into I square, right? And we know that the value of I square is minus 1. So substituting here, we get 5 by 8 into minus 1, or here the answer will be 5 minus 5 by 8. So our question is, write this complex number is in the form of a plus bi or a plus ib. So here only real part is present. That means imaginary part to value is 0. So this can be also written as minus 5 by 8 plus 0i. Okay, this is in the form of a plus bi form, right? Next question is I into 2i into 1 by 8i whole cube. Right. So this will be equal to I into 2i into, I am going to giving powers inside this bracket. So here the numerator will become I cube and the denominator will become 8 cube, right? And it can be also written as 2 into I square into I cube divided by 8 cube. And we know that the value of I square is minus 1 and I cube is equal to I square into I, that is I square into I, and value of I square is minus 1. So here we get minus I value of I cube is minus I. So next I am going to replace this I square by minus 1 and I cube by minus I here, and also write the value of 8 cube. 8 cube, I am writing 180 here, and also the value of 8 square 64. 8 cube can also be written as 8 into 8 into 8. So I write this 8 here and multiply these two 8. The value is 64. So cancel this 2 and 4 here, and 2 and 8 we get 4 here, and the answer will be minus into minus will become positive into I. So I in the numerator divided by 4 into 64 is 256, right? So here real part is not present. So this question we need to write is in the form of a plus ib form. So write 0 plus I into 1 by 256. This is our final answer, and this is in the form of a plus ib. Okay, I hope you understood this question. This is our next question. Express 5 minus 3i whole cube in the form of a plus ib. So let's start the solution of this question. Given that 5 minus 3i whole cube, and we know that one of the identity a minus b whole cube is equal to a cube minus 3a square b plus 3ab square minus b cube, right? So replacing this a by 5 and b by 3i here, we get 5 cube minus 3 into 5 square into 3i plus 3 into 5 into 3i whole square minus 3i whole cube. Okay, so this will become 5 cube is 125 minus 3 into 25 into 3i plus 3 into 5 into taking this power inside this bracket, so it will become 3 square into I square minus, here also taking this power inside this bracket, so 3i whole cube become 3 cube into I cube. By using law of exponent, we know that law of exponent x raised to m xy whole raised to m is equal to x raised to m into y raised to m, right? So using law of exponent, here 3i whole cube will become 3 cube into I cube. Okay, and we know that if you observe this step, the value of I square is minus 1 and value of I cube is minus I. Right. So substituting all these values here, we get 125 minus 9 into 25 is equal to 225i. Don't forget to write this I here. Plus 3 into 5 into 3 square. So it will become 135 I square values minus 1. And minus 3 cube is 27 into I cube is minus I. Okay. So in the next step this will be equal to 125 minus 225 I. So here this minus into plus will become minus 135, and here also minus into minus will become positive 27 I. Okay. So here taking all real part together, that is 125 and 135 are real parts, and imaginary part is 27i and minus 225. So taking I outside, so here we get 27 minus 225. So the answer will be minus 125 minus 135 is minus 10 plus I into 27 minus 225 is equal to 198 minus 198. So this can be also written as minus 10 minus 198i. So this is our final answer, and this is also in the form of a plus ib. Okay, I hope you understood. So understood this question. So by using this identity, expand given question. So we will get our final answer. Okay. So this is our last question. Express minus root 3 plus root of minus 2 into 2 root 3 minus I in the form of a plus ib. So let's start the solution of this question. So given that minus root 3 plus root of minus 2 into 2 root 3 minus I. So here note that here root of minus 2, right? So we know that root of minus 1 is I, right? So root of minus 2 can also be written as root of minus 1 into root of 2, right? Using root of xy can also be written as root x into root y. So this can also be written as root of minus 2 can also be written as root of minus 1 into root 2, and root minus 1 values I. So next I am going to replace this root of minus 2 by I root 2 here. So our question will become minus root 3 plus I root 2 into 2 root 3 minus I. Okay, so I am going to multiply these two complex number. So open this bracket here, we get minus 3 into 2 root 3. Minus root 3 into 2 root 3 will become minus 2 into 3. We know that root x into root x equal to x, right? So root 3 into root 3 will become 3 here, plus minus root 3 into minus I. So it will become minus, and minus will become positive, and write I root 3 here. Plus next I am going to multiply it with I root 2 into 2 root 3 will become I into 2 root 2 into root 3 minus I root 2 into I will become I square into root 2. Okay, so here listen carefully. Minus 2 into 3 will become minus 6 plus I into root 3 plus here root 2 into root 3 can also be written as root 2 into 3. Right, using the same property, this same property. So this can be written as I into 2 root 6. That is root 2 into root 3 can be written as root 2 into 3, or it will become root 6. Okay, so I am replacing this root 2 into root 3 by root 6 here, minus I square value is minus 1, so minus and minus, I write this minus 1 here, and also the remaining root 2. So this will become minus 6 plus I root 3 plus I 2 root 6. This minus and minus will become positive. So here we get plus root 2. And next I am going to write the real part together. Here real part is minus 6 and root 2. So I am writing root 2 minus 6 as real part, and writing imaginary part together. I am going to write this I here, and the remaining terms are root 3 plus 2 root 6. So this is in the form of a plus ib, and this is our final answer. Okay, so root 2 minus 6 plus root I into root 3 plus 2 root 6 is our final answer.